There comes a moment in your life when you look in the mirror and finally realize something powerful. You've been living for everyone except yourself. You've been trying to impress people who never clap for you, trying to please people who don't even notice your effort, and trying to fit into expectations that were never designed for you. And somewhere along the way, without even noticing, you forgot the most important person in your life. You. Think about it. How many decisions have you made just to avoid criticism? How many dreams have you pushed aside because someone said, "That's too big for you"? How many times have you shrunk your potential because you were afraid of what people might think? But today, something changes. Today, you take your power back. Because the truth is simple but life-changing. The moment you stop living for approval, you start living for purpose. The moment you stop performing for the world, you start becoming your true self. And the moment you choose you, your goals, your peace, your growth, everything in your life begins to shift. This video is your reminder that you owe nobody an explanation. You owe nobody a performance. You owe nobody a perfect image. But you owe yourself everything: effort, discipline, love, and a life you are truly proud of. So from this moment forward, let this be your new rule. Do it for you, only for you, because your life is far too important to be lived for someone else's approval. Part 1. Stop seeking approval. One of the biggest prisons people live in is the constant need for approval. It's invisible, silent, and dangerous because you don't even realize how much power you've handed over to others. You start measuring your worth by someone else's reactions. You start doubting your decisions based on someone else's opinions. You start living small because you're afraid someone might laugh, judge, or criticize you. And without noticing, your entire life becomes a performance, a show staged for people who aren't even paying attention. Seeking approval drains your confidence, clouds your identity, and traps you in a cycle where nothing you do ever feels enough. But here's the truth you must understand. Most people are too busy fighting their own battles to care about your choices. Their opinions are just noise. Their judgment is temporary. Their validation is never guaranteed. And even if you earn their approval today, they can change their mind tomorrow. That's why building your life on their opinions is like building a house on sand. It will collapse the moment a little pressure comes. Real freedom begins when you validate yourself, when you trust your own voice, when you decide that your dreams don't need a committee's permission, when you choose to be proud of your effort, even if no one notices. The day you stop seeking approval is the day your confidence begins to grow. You walk differently. You think differently. You rise differently. Because you're no longer controlled by what others think. You're guided by who you are becoming. Remember this: you don't need approval to be great. You don't need applause to be worthy. You don't need permission to chase your dreams. The only approval that truly matters is the one you give yourself. Part 2. Build a life that matters to you. Most people live their lives chasing goals that were never theirs to begin with. They follow paths that society told them were safe. They choose careers that look good on paper but feel empty in the heart. They try to live up to standards that were created by people who don't even know their struggles, their dreams, or their potential. And slowly, they become strangers to themselves. But the truth is simple. You can't live a fulfilling life if you're following someone else's blueprint. A life that matters is a life that aligns with your soul, your passion, and your purpose. It's a life where your decisions come from your heart, not from fear, comparison, or pressure. To build a life that matters to you, you must silence the world for a moment and ask yourself, what do I want? What kind of life feels right for me? What dream keeps coming back no matter how many times I ignore it? That dream, that pull, is not random. It's a calling. And when you choose that calling, your life begins to expand. You wake up with energy. You work with intention. You grow without forcing it. Pursuing your own path won't always be easy. People might question you. Some might not understand. But that's okay. Your dream doesn't need to make sense to anyone else. It only needs to make sense to you. When you start building a life based on your truth, you stop feeling lost. You stop feeling pressured. You stop feeling like you're always behind. Because you're no longer competing with the world. You're aligning with your own journey. Remember this. A life that looks good to others means nothing if it feels empty to you. Build a life that makes you proud. Part 3. Silence. The noise of opinions. The world is loud, and everyone has something to say about how you should live your life. Some will tell you you're too slow, while others will tell you you're moving too fast. Some will say your dreams are unrealistic, while others will say you're not dreaming big enough. If you listen to all of this noise, you'll end up going nowhere, stuck in a loop of confusion and self-doubt. People love to give opinions even when they have no idea what you're going through. They'll judge your decisions without ever carrying your responsibilities. They'll criticize your progress without knowing the battles you fight in silence. That's why you must learn one of the most powerful skills in life, the ability to silence the noise. You do this by understanding that opinions are not facts. They are reflections of someone else's fears, limitations, and insecurities. Most critics aren't really judging you. They're projecting their own doubts. When you realize this, their words lose their power. Silence the noise by staying focused on your path. By reminding yourself that people talk no matter what you do, succeed or fail, they will always have something to say. So let them talk. Let them misunderstand. Let them doubt you. None of it changes what you're capable of. The more you grow, the less you'll want to explain yourself. The more you evolve, the more you'll understand that not everyone deserves access to your vision. Protect your peace. Protect your focus. Protect your dreams from unnecessary noise. Because if you let opinions control your direction, you will never reach your destination. Walk confidently, even when the world is loud. Remember, your future does not belong to their mouths. It belongs to your actions. Part 4. Train your mind to choose yourself. First, choosing yourself is not selfish. It's survival. It's strength. It's self-respect. Yet most people struggle with it because they've been taught to put everyone else first, to please others before they please themselves, to be available even when they're exhausted, and to say yes when their mind screams no. And with time, this becomes a habit, a dangerous one, where you lose touch with your needs, your boundaries, and your worth. That's why you must train your mind to choose yourself first. It starts with one powerful realization. You cannot pour into others if you are empty. You cannot give your best when your energy is drained. You cannot build a great life if you constantly shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Choosing yourself begins in the mind. It's the decision to honor your feelings, trust your instincts, and protect your peace. It's saying no without guilt. It's walking away from situations that drain your energy. It's refusing to let anyone treat you less than you deserve. And it's choosing to invest in your growth, even if nobody understands why. When you choose yourself, people may not like it. Some may misunderstand your boundaries. Some may think you've changed. But that's the point. You're supposed to change. You are evolving into someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose. And anyone who truly cares about you will respect that growth. Training your mind to choose yourself first means replacing self-doubt with self-belief, replacing fear with confidence, and replacing guilt with empowerment. Every time you put yourself first, you reclaim pieces of your identity that the world tried to take from you. Remember this: choosing yourself is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of courage. When you choose you, your life begins to rise to a higher level. Part 5. Don't explain your dreams to anyone. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they must explain their dreams to everyone. They feel the need to justify their goals, defend their decisions, or convince others that their vision makes sense. But the truth is, most people will never understand the dream that was given to you, because it wasn't given to them. Your calling is yours alone. Your vision was designed for your eyes, your journey, your strength, and your future. When you try to explain your dream to people who think small, they will only shrink it. When you share your ambitions with those who fear risk, they will only plant doubt. And when you reveal your goals to those who have already quit on their own dreams, they will try to talk you out of yours. That's why your dream needs protection. Not everyone deserves access to it. Not everyone is qualified to hear it. Not everyone has the capacity to support it. Your dream is like a seed. It grows quietly, privately, slowly. You don't dig it up every day to show people. You water it in silence. You nurture it in peace. You protect it from noise and negativity. When the time is right, your results will speak louder than any explanation ever could. Let success make the announcements. Let your progress be the proof. Let your growth be the answer to every doubt that was thrown at you. You don't need approval. You don't need validation. You don't need permission. You only need belief. Belief in yourself. Belief in your dream. Belief in the future you're building. Remember, a dream, explained, is often a dream weakened. So hold your vision close, protect it fiercely, and let your actions reveal it to the world when you're ready. Part 6. Turn pain into power. Every strong person you admire today has one thing in common. They turned their pain into power. They didn't let heartbreak break them. They didn't let failure define them. They didn't let rejection stop them. They took every wound, every disappointment, every silent struggle, and used it as fuel to rise higher. Pain is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It shows you who you are, what you can endure, and how much strength you still have inside you. The moments that hurt you the most are often the moments that prepare you the most. But the turning point comes when you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" Because every rejection is redirection. Every setback is preparation. Every struggle builds a version of you that is wiser, tougher, and more unstoppable than before. When life pushes you down, don't stay there. Use that pain as motivation to get back up stronger. When someone leaves you, let that pain push you to love yourself even more. When people doubt you, let their doubt ignite a fire inside you to prove them wrong through your actions, not your words. Pain can break you, or it can build you. The choice is yours. Carry your scars with pride because they are proof that you survived what was meant to destroy you. They are reminders of the battles you fought in silence, the nights you cried and still woke up fighting. Remember this: the world respects strength, but real strength is built in darkness, in struggle, in pain. So transform your hurt into hunger, your setbacks into comebacks, and your past into power. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning, and pain is shaping you into the person you were meant to become. Part 7. Build discipline for your future, not to impress others. Discipline is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, but it becomes worthless the moment you do it to impress other people. Many people work hard only when someone is watching. They move fast only when they feel judged. They stay consistent only when they want praise. But that kind of discipline never lasts because it's powered by external attention. And external attention fades quickly. Real discipline begins the moment you start working for your future, not for someone else's approval. It's waking up early, even when no one will congratulate you. It's studying, practicing, training, improving when nobody is checking on you. It's pushing yourself because you expect more from your own life, not because someone is comparing or competing with you. When you build discipline for yourself, you become unstoppable. Your progress becomes personal. Your growth becomes internal. You stop worrying about who is watching, who is judging, or who is applauding. You stop getting discouraged when people don't notice your effort because you're no longer working for them. You're working for the person you're becoming. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It means sacrificing comfort for a future that only you can see. It means choosing long-term growth over short-term pleasure. And it means showing up every single day, even on the days when motivation runs low. Remember this: the strongest people aren't the ones who look disciplined on the outside. They are the ones who stay disciplined on the inside, silently, consistently, privately. Your future self is watching. Your future success is depending on you. The life you dream of will not be built by applause. It will be built by discipline. So show up for you. Work for you. Stay committed for you. Because the reward at the end is not attention. It's transformation. Part 8. Walk alone. If you need to. Walking alone is never easy. Humans are built for connection, for companionship, for support. And yet sometimes the path to your dreams requires solitude. Not because you don't need others, but because not everyone is meant to walk beside you on your journey. Some people will hold you back, consciously or unconsciously, because they are afraid of your growth, envious of your potential, or simply unable to understand your vision. And if you wait for approval or company, you may wait forever. Walking alone is not loneliness. It is strength. It is clarity. It is freedom. When you walk alone, you stop compromising your values just to fit in. You stop shrinking your ambitions just to keep others comfortable. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't understand your purpose. And in that silence, you hear your own voice more clearly than ever before. The voice that guides you. The voice that motivates you. The voice that reminds you why you started. Walking alone teaches resilience. It builds self-reliance. It shows you that your progress is not dependent on applause, friendship, or validation. It is dependent only on your effort, your focus, and your courage. Yes, the road may feel lonely at times. Yes, it may test your patience, your courage, your confidence. But every step you take alone strengthens the person you are becoming. The more you are willing to walk alone, the less you will fear challenges. The more you are willing to trust yourself, the stronger your path will become. Remember, some of the greatest victories in life come from the quiet footsteps of someone who refused to compromise, refused to settle, and refused to follow the crowd. Walk alone if you must, because the life you dream of often requires solitude before it brings recognition. Part 9. Do it only for you. At the end of the day, everything you do should be for one person, you. Not for likes, not for applause, not for validation, not for someone else's approval. The moment you stop performing for the world and start living for yourself, everything changes. Your decisions become clearer, your energy sharper, and your purpose undeniable. When you do it for yourself, failure loses its sting because it is no longer about embarrassment. It is about growth. When you do it for yourself, success loses its need for recognition because it is no longer about being seen. It is about becoming stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled. Every action you take, every choice you make, every sacrifice you endure becomes meaningful because it aligns with your own vision and your own life. People may not understand. They may doubt you, criticize you, or try to pull you back into conformity. That is okay. Their opinions do not define your worth. Their disbelief does not limit your potential. The life you are building is yours, and it requires that you stay focused, disciplined, and committed, no matter what anyone else thinks. Do it for your dreams, your growth, your peace, your future. Do it for the person you are becoming, not the person you were yesterday. Protect your journey, protect your energy, and protect your vision. Because at the end of the road, there is only one thing that matters: the life you lived for yourself. Do it for you. Only for you. Let your actions, your courage, and your consistency prove that the only approval you need has always been inside you. The world will notice eventually, but even if it doesn't, you will have done the most important thing. You will have chosen yourself. Your life is yours, and no one else's opinion should ever control it. The truth is simple. The only person you owe your effort, your dreams, and your growth to is yourself. Stop trying to please everyone. Stop waiting for validation. Stop shrinking your potential to fit someone else's expectations. Every moment you spend chasing approval is a moment taken away from building the life you truly want. When you start living for you, everything shifts. You wake up with purpose, work with intention, and move through the world with a confidence that no criticism can shake. It is not selfish to prioritize your own growth. It is necessary. Your energy, your time, and your focus are precious. Protect them. Invest them wisely. Align every action with your vision, your goals, and your values. Success, peace, and fulfillment are not found in applause or recognition. They are found in consistency, discipline, and commitment to yourself. Do it for your dreams. Do it for your peace. Do it for the person you are becoming every day. Walk alone if you must. Push through the doubt. Protect your vision. And never forget this: the only approval that matters is your own. The life you want, the power you seek, and the freedom you deserve are all waiting on the other side of choosing yourself fully. So from this moment forward, make your decision clear. Do it for you, and only for you. Because the greatest success, the deepest satisfaction, and the truest happiness will always come to those who dare to live for themselves first.